show where they know sports. If you wanna know about sports, this is where you go. Welcome to the Mizzle show where they know sports. If you wanna know about sports, this is where you go.
First down, touchdown, first down, touchdown, yeah. First down, touchdown, first down, touchdown, yeah. First down, touchdown, first down, touchdown, yeah. First down, touchdown, first down, touchdown, yeah.
Well, good evening, one and all, and I guess you can call this a early edition of the Mizzle and Dove show because a lot of times we do this late night style, but actually got home early because there was only one A7FL football game to call, but
which
it was a fantastic game.
Yes, it was.
Yes, fantastic game. For most of the game, your prediction almost came true. It was there, but
it definitely was there for sure.
But at the end of the day, the Insomniacs once again just find a way to pull the way through, and they win this year's version of the Fall Brawl Championship. Last year, it was the Pit Bosses. This year, it goes to the Insomniacs by a final score of 32-26 over SickWidIt. But kudos to both teams. Both teams gave us everything. It was fantastic. It definitely was a tale of two halves.
You beat the words right out my mouth. That's what I was going to say. But yeah, definitely.
It just seemed like everything Sick was doing in the first half, it just seemed the bounce of the ball just went their way.
And also on top of that,
the Insomniacs, they
wasn't playing their type of style of football with too many turnovers in the beginning as well. And it's just the flea flickers they were doing, and just mishandling of the ball was their issues today. But they seem to got it right in the second half.
Well, I mean, and that's well, if there's an Achilles heel that the Insomniacs have, it normally would be that of them taking care of the football in the first half, but then they got back to their roots, which was they ran the ball, and it's hard to try to prepare for one guy, but when you have a second guy and a third guy, I mean, first off,
well, Juice and
Wilkerson trying to tackle him. Yeah, but I'm saying it's hard enough to tackle Anthony Wilkerson, number one, with the way he runs.
Yes,
and then you have to deal with Devontae Carter, and you got to deal with Devontae Carter, who's so doggone low, and he's hard to tackle.
Oh my God, he's shifty, and he's very shifty.
Very shifty. You got to hold on to him for dear life, and then of course Juice. who is his own style. He's
a load, man.
he has his own style, and it's really hard to trying to game plan for one running back in football is tough enough as it is. When you have to deal with three of them, and not to mention how good the Insomniacs offensive line is and the way they block, and how all three of those running backs are very patient to let their blockers set up and then run through the block. It also helps when you have Eric Schufer Jr. blocking for you as well. That definitely helps the cause. But I mean,
here's a question I have for you.
I mean, go ahead.
Did it seem like Scooter was a little off today? Normally, when I watch, he's very efficient. It seemed like he was a little off today.
He was not his pinpoint accurate self, but when he needed to make a play, Scooter always seems to just have that.
When it was
he has an intangible that when he needs to, he knows how to make a play, and of course, like I said, he knows how to find the ball to number 11, Eric Schufer Jr. But again. He really is the unsung hero, but again, it seems like Smooth Brown is always a play away from making an interception to turn the game around, and he did it again with 2 interceptions tonight.
Yeah, the first was
including
nice.
the one.
Well, I wouldn't say the first one was nice. It was underthrown because the quarterback was throwing off his back foot, and we know the rule. If you don't have Michael Vick's arm, you don't throw off your back foot at all. So he was
not just that.
And he had pressure in his face. Don't get me wrong. He got a little pressure in his face, but you can't throw off your back foot.
Well, you know this as well as I do. When you're and Chris Vera mentioned this during the broadcast, it's when you're running a quick out, which of course, as you know, it's all about timing. If the timing is thrown off,
the ball needs to come out before his break.
How that particular route gets intercepted because as he was making his cut, Darren Palmer was going to be open. But as you said, Chris Cunningham got a hand in Jeremy Geary's vision and thus smooth jumped the route, and he was there, Johnny on the spot. And there you go, the turnover.
Top of him because he was open. If he got over the top of him, no telling what he could have done after he caught the ball. But then again, the big fellas did their job up front. They got pressure, put a hand in his face, and caused the quarterback to make a bad throw.
Yeah, that normally does happen when you get pressure. And, of course, as you say, the quarterback throws off his back foot, which is a definite no-no, for lack of a better term. But first play of the game, Darren Palmer took the snap, went down the sideline, found the end zone, and Sick early at an early 8-0 lead. And then the Insomniacs turned the ball over, and then SickWidIt finds the end zone again. It just seems like is it finally turning the corner for Sick? Is the tide turning? Because let's just be honest, Sick led for most of this game.
Yeah,
the Insomniacs led the game for 11 seconds.
Yep.
Let's just think that they only had the lead.
I can say the downfall for SickWidIt was they went away what was working for them. The running game was very nice, though. They were opening up holes, and then they became pass happy. And I'm like, man, go with what was working. The running game was like the first play down the field, and then a few penalties. You know, as Chris was saying, they were cheating. You know, like a couple of big runs they had to come back because they were holding. But the running game, they were killing the Insomniacs. The running game, they just went away from it, and I don't know why. Especially when you have a lead, your running game is your best friend when you have a lead.
It is.
And that's in any football sport you play.
It really is. You're not wrong. You are definitely not wrong. But first off, also, it was already mentioned on the broadcast, but shout out to Mr. Mouth, Chris McWilliams, who suffered a very bad injury. I mean, he left the game, but he also did come back. And this is, according to him, from his Facebook post. He said that he broke his fibula, tore his ligaments in his ankle. So obviously he will be out for some time, but I'm pretty sure he's going to plan to come back later on in the season, in the national season, which of course starts March the 24th. And of course, the Insomniacs will open up defense of their title against the Las Vegas Force. And shout out to Caffeine TV. We had 320,000 viewers to watch our game on Caffeine TV. So shout out to everyone that watched on Caffeine TV, A7FL.TV, locally here in Vegas on Fox 5.2 and Cox Channel 125. You can say that EJ was Fall Brawl is pretty much here in Nevada anyway. It's pretty much like preseason, pretty much to get in shape and to pretty much get themselves ready for the national season, which starts on March the 24th, because Nevada is the only division that does Fall Brawl. Obviously, because crazy conditions back east, it kind of prevents the Northeast from trying to have a Fall Brawl. And also, there's not enough teams in Florida to do that. Same within in California, down in LA, and Reno's trying to get themselves established. And of course, it also snows in Ohio and Indianapolis. So I mean, this is the second year that Nevada has done this. The second year Vegas has done this. Um, the only team that doesn't participate in the fall is normally the Force. So you saw a lot of Force players be on the Outlaws, be on the Alliance, so on and so forth, and then they'll go back to their spring teams. The one thing is now with the Alliance, with the Outlaws, with the Alienators, it's really going to be interesting to see where those players on those particular teams go that don't have spring teams. No, they don't do travel teams. The only time that happens is when the Eastern Conference champion meets the Western Conference champion in the championship game, which last season was the Insomniacs taking on the Tampa Nightcrawlers, which took place in Bullhead
That was a
City.
great game.
And if you haven't watched that game, please go to Caffeine TV or A7FL.TV and type in the 2023 National Championship game. You will not be disappointed. You can hear Matt Ryan, Corey Hammond, and Big Rob Fabian on that call as the Insomniacs won the championship by beating the Nightcrawlers 50-46, and see why Anthony Wilkerson was very worthy of being the MVP. But
indeed.
So as far as I know, they all have a destination location to where they play their games. I know in New Jersey, for the Northeast, they play their games in Asbury Park, New Jersey. I don't know where exactly they play in Florida, but I know there's a stadium in Cincinnati or near Columbus where the Ohio division plays. And of course, there's a stadium in LA where the team in LA plays. I don't know where Rio's going to play. That remains to be seen. I know for the Vegas division, the last couple of years, it has been at Bonanza High, but there is a high possibility that the location for the national season of where we'll play our games might change. We will know that as soon as we find out, we'll obviously let our viewers know. But there was a couple of play calls that I had to question Sick on because they were driving downfield. Now, eventually they turned the ball over on downs, but my ultimate thing was I don't know why their best player, Darren Palmer, was on the sideline during that drive, the last two plays where they tried to run it, but then they got called for false starts. But I'm just like, why is your best player on the field and not being utilized? Because, and I said this many times over the broadcast during the season. I said it tonight. If I need two guys to make me a play, I will take Eric Schufer Jr. and Darren Palmer all day because I know those two guys can get me a first down if I need it. I know they can find the end zone.
They get open.
Need it. Exactly. It's just it was a fantastic game. It was.
From start to finish.
Certainly one of the best games I have called in my young broadcasting career. And I've called some pretty good ones, be it high school or during the fall for A7 or when I was doing color during the national season in 2023. But this one for me in my young broadcasting career certainly is right up there.
Awesome.
It is fantastic. It just I'm looking forward to the spring season and see if the Insomniacs can run the table and see if they can repeat and how long can this winning streak last. The winning streak went to 18 games, but technically when the national season starts, it will pick up at 12 because they won 12 games during the national season en route to the national title. So there's that. So we're just looking forward to seeing how this upcoming spring season goes. But as you said, of all people to leave open, the one man you don't want to leave open is one Eric Schufert Jr., who just seems to find a way to just get it done. And he does what he does, which is
let me say something real quick.
Go ahead.
Apologies if I happen to cut off We're having bad weather up this way. There's been some rolling blackouts going around, so we're going to try to fit this show in and give you guys a full show. But if I happen to cut off and can't get back on, it's because, the power went out around here. So hopefully we can deliver you a full show, but I just want to apologize in advance just in case. Continue, sir.
All right. Well, like I said, it was a tale of two halves. The Insomniacs got their act right in the second half and started to do what they do best, which is running the football to known to man. Like I said, it definitely helps when Anthony Wilkerson, Devontae Carter, and Juice Washington run the ball for certain, because those are just very, very special guys, and you can just appreciate their talents and appreciate just the way they play football. Interesting to see how this is going to happen and just what they're going to do down the line. But at the end of the day, the Insomniacs got the job done with a 32-26 score, and just it is what it is. So definitely a tremendous game. Definitely just, the Insomniacs championship pedigree show, because again, as they were down 20-8, again, they did not get flustered. They did not show frustration. They were just like, okay, we're going to come here, run the ball, next play, do this, do that, and get back in the game.
I was texting my cousin while the game was going, because I had texted the link that you sent me, which thanks again for that. I was texting him like, man, because, me and EJ Wizzle, we picked the win. So I was like, man, it's looking pretty good for us right now. And then I was like, and then as I was texting you through the broadcast, I'm like, yeah, there's still plenty of football left. And it's almost like you were watching the Spurs out there playing on the field. They like you said, they went back to what was working. They tried something a little different, but then they went back to what was working, which was running that football, ground and pound. And then Scooter started making the right plays. It was one play that and Chris said it before I could, and I was saying it out loud, I think it was towards the end of the half. Scooter could have took off and got a first down, but he decided to try to go.
Yes.
Understand. He tried to make a play, but it was a lot of green grass. And Scooter can rumble. He can rumble.
He had a lot of daylight, and as the players unfolded, I'm like, why is Scooter not running? Because he definitely could have easy picked up the first down.
And could have got out of bounds and saved some time.
There's no doubt in my mind he can do that. Yes. Anyhow, it's just insane. As we're trying to, as we're doing some homework here, we're trying to get some guests from today's game to see if they want to come on.
Talk about the show.
Now is it with your weather condition out there in California? Is it like pouring down rain with wind, or is it just windy? Super windy.
It's just windy right now. I think we're up to 50 to 60 miles per hour right now.
That sounds like Candlestick. My God.
It has we got a little drizzle, little rain, but it's not full on blown rain. But that's supposed to come. But right now it's just windy as hell, and it's I'm trying to put everything down from blowing, but it's just crazy. We already had a tree blow down. My neighbor's tree blew down already, and then we had a couple of trees fall down here already. And then Nicole had to drive home from work, and she had to avoid. Yes, cousins, super windy, and LA is having some. LA always gets it bad when it comes to the weather. They get it real bad. And I'm sitting here. I have a that tree that's in my backyard that's right by the window. That bad boy then did this. It went like this. It survived it. I don't know how it survived.
Well, heck, there's I think the Gateway Sign Plaza in Vallejo, I think, is slightly bent down, like almost torn.
Oh no!
If that was the sign, my friend posted on her page, I'm like, Whoa, really? Um,
Yeah, we're only supposed to get. Hopefully, we're only supposed to get 2 days of this. It's supposed, I think, stop around tomorrow morning. So I think it's just passing. A real serious storm is just passing us by right now. But the mountains are getting hit with some snow real
well,
bad.
yeah. Well, all I know is Vegas is scheduled forecast to rain the next 3 days.
So you're probably getting a little bit of what's coming from us.
Well, I mean, it did rain. It did rain today. We thought we were gonna deal with some elements during the championship game, but fortunately, that did not happen.
That game would have been tremendous in the elements. Just imagine how it played out the way it did.
Yes.
Imagine that with some elements. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That would have been great.
All right, so we are reaching out to players to come on the show and talk about the game. So bear with us, fans, as once again the final score in the championship game, the Insomniacs pulled off. They were down 20-8 at the half.
Man,
they outscored Sick by a score of okay. Now we got to do some math here.
So wait, it was 20. It was 20-8 at halftime, correct?
20. Mm-hmm.
And so, what was the final score?
They outscored. I mean, they outscored SickWidIt 24-6 in the second half. That was, like I said,
that's definitely a tale of two halves. Yeah, definitely. But it wasn't like that. SickWidIt put themselves out. They kept themselves in the game per se. They just went away. Like I said, they went away with what was working for them. That the running game should have set up the passing game, because that's how they got most of their points. Was the running game set up the passing, because it made it more easy. It was one-on-ones, because the Insomniacs was expecting, I believe, more run. But then once they saw they were passing, they were like, whatever. We'll just let our guys up front take care of the running game. They run on us. Cool. But it was just a tremendous game, though. And I like the guys, how you guys called the game. It was great.
Well, I mean, something that Big Rob Fabian, who does the national broadcast back east, something he mentioned in the YouTube feed, which we can read the comments, obviously, and which is basically has been a known fact, is the fact that the Insomniacs are really a second half team, and that continues to show itself out. It certainly did during the fall brawl.
Yep.
It certainly has during the fall brawl, because, I mean, against the Alienators, the interception by Smooth Brown just when he just arrived at the game and got put in the game,
that changed the whole
changed everything. His interception changed everything against the Alienators, and again, his first interception kind of set the trend to help the Insomniacs get back in the game.
Yes.
In the championship game, and of course his second sealed the deal. But also a lot of times he's very underrated, but it just seems like whenever it's counted, it just seems like Stone Stevenson always seems to make a play when he needed, be it if it's an interception, even if it's being a catch. Whenever he seems to need to make a play, he always seems to be Johnny on the spot. And he was, again, with a key interception that also helped turn the tide. But again, I just keep going back to the fact that one thing about the Insomniacs, they stick with the run. Does not matter if they have minus yardage on a carry, they stick with it. They don't go away from it, because when it comes down to the fourth quarter, they want to impose their will and use that offensive line led by Big Kenny Mack. And the Oos and Cunningham and Schwank, whoever's up there on the O-line with them, they just use that offensive line and they just wear you down. And as you saw on that last drive in the fourth quarter, most of that drive was run plays, and the Insomniacs were just running the ball down their throat. And then, of course, as you know, the run game sets up play action. And once you bite on that fake, somebody's going to end up open. And on that last play of the game, Eric Schufer Jr. was as wide open as you can be, like Moses part of the Red Sea. And I mean, like you said, of all people, you gonna leave that guy open? Can't leave the man open that shoots the arrow.
I mean,
you can't leave the man open that shoots the arrow.
I mean, their first touchdown, right over the top, single coverage, beat the DB, and Scooter put it right on him. All he had to do was run under, put his easy. So you might, but that's what I've been seeing all year from the Insomniacs throughout the Fall Brawl is that when they needed it, the man is just. I think it was one game he had 3 touchdowns and it was like easy. It was easy work. He's a tremendous athlete, and that's what I told you. Like I said, juice is a load, and what I call him. I know you guys call him something else. I call him the Archer. The Archer is a talented football player. He must have played some kind of football, D1. I'm not some JC or something. You're just too good. That's just too good.
Well, and the funny thing is, I know Munchie and Scooter. They coach football at Arborview High, and they also coach girls flag football at Arborview High. So a lot of these players on the Insomniacs are really like coaches, hence why they're always discussing strategy. Which is why I say when they have a little bit of adversity, they don't get flustered. They don't get frustrated because it just feels like, okay, do this, and this, and boom, we'll score or get back in the game. It's just there is no panic with them, and also that's also the huge benefit of having Steve Dyson on your coaching staff. That's also the benefit of having Coach JB James Burgoyne on their coaching staff. Is just they don't get flustered, and they just really believe in their ability, and they just really believe in who they are. But also at the same time, going to the other side is just you really feel for SickWidIt because I mean SickWidIt played fantastically well.
Yes, they did.
I said, they led for most of this game.
Yes.
I mean, if you look at it, if you look at the 6 out of the whole 60 minutes, they led for about a good 40 plus of those minutes before the Insomniacs eventually tied the game, and then it was I really thought, in my heart of hearts, I really thought we were going to have 5 quarters and play overtime.
I was hoping for overtime. I didn't want it to end. It was good from start to finish. The game was good, and you just one of those games you just didn't want to finish because both sides made stops when it was needed. Both sides got turnovers. Both sides got tremendous passing game when they needed it, and the run game was good when it was needed. And I was just a game that I just didn't want to end, but good teams always find their will to win, and that's exactly what the Insomniacs did at the end. They found that way to win.
Okay. Well, I mean, as the old cliche goes, good players are not always great. They're just great when they have to be. And that's just in any sport. Because, I mean, you can be – I mean, I'll use a baseball analogy. I mean, you can go 0 for 3 and have 3 strikeouts, but if you get that hit in the ninth to knock in the game-winning run, they're going to forget about the 3 strikeouts because when you needed to come in clutch at the most, that's when you delivered. I mean, it's like in basketball, you can shoot, 3 of 18, but if you hit that bucket that puts your team over the top, that's what they'll remember, not the shooting 3 for 18. That's just how it is. And
only if you lose there. Okay.
Mr. Mask is coming on the show.
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Turn your camera on, Desi.
Okay, give me like 2 minutes. My bad.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyhow, joining us is one of the members in the Insomniacs, Mr. Daniels, or as I like to call him, the Phantom Mask. That is the Phantom Mask of the A7FL.
Tremendous
Daniels,
today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I get extra.
He is about the only man I know that will literally do pregame warm-ups in his flip-flops. Like, I'm in the booth preparing, getting ready. I'm just like, And he's not hearing me because I knew he was going to headphones, but I'm like, Desi, put some shoes on, man. But he's just walking down the sideline, walking up the hash marks in his doggone flip-flops.
Hey, sir, don't you treat this man like Snoop Dogg treated Nate Robinson, okay? Don't you do that. That is not fair.
I am not.
That is not fair. That is not fair.
And speaking of the quarterback,
the quarterback.
Mr. Hamilton has joined us. Scott Scooter Hamilton. First off, Scooter, welcome. First time on the Mizzle and Dub show. Welcome.
Yes,
Desi has been on many times, but Mizzle and I were talking about that. The game was really a tale of two halves.
Yes.
And I'll just get straight to the question. What is it about you guys having these slow starts in the first half, but then once the second half picks up, you guys just seem to the focus just seems to come in there. Why has it been like that during this fall brawl season?
I mean, I think a lot of it just has to do with, just the competition in general. It's hard to show up every week knowing you're going to beat the shit out of a team. As far as the fumbles and stuff go, I mean, our running backs run hard. They don't go down on first contact. So, those things are going to happen. Now, if we want to win it again in the spring, we're going to have to eliminate those things. But, everybody comes out fired up in the first half. It's easy to go 100 miles an hour. It's easy to go 100% effort in those first two quarters. But, as you can see coming out of halftime, it pops, it wears on you. And that's kind of what it is. And, we're not the same team from the spring. We had a lot of guys out. We have some of our best dudes playing in the Flag Pro League.
Playing
some
for
of
Lucky
our best DBs.
Playing for Lucky Sevens, yes.
Yeah. And so, we're not the same group on defense in whole. And, we're not the same group on offense in whole. So it was just trying to figure it out, and when you play good teams, people got to make plays eventually, and they did.
What I like is you guys don't go away from what works. Once you figure out,
but real quickly, just talk about the dynamic. Go ahead, Mizzle.
Jesus, cut me off there, sir. I was getting into something here, but I like when you guys. It seems like you was trying something with the passing game a little bit, but once that wasn't kind of working, you guys went back to what works for you guys was the running game. And that's what it seemed like you guys went back to in the second half. And once you figured that out, you guys just stuck to it and you made the passes that was necessary, definitely in the fourth quarter. Tremendous game by you. But one question I want to have for you on I think it was towards the end of the half, you had a lot of green grass, my man, and you can rumble with the ball.
Yeah.
I know you want the touchdown, but I think you could have got the first down and got out of bounds, and then could have kind of scored. What was kind of going on in your head on that play? That's the question I have.
I'm not a run first guy, so
I call blasphemy. If you can run, you may not be first, but you can. I've seen you rumble, man. I've seen you rumble, sir.
Yes, I mean, I want to get the ball to my guys, and I just work the pocket, and with my eyes being downfield, it's weird to say it. I just didn't see the grass in front of me because I'm looking past that grass,
Yes.
So I didn't think about it until after I released the ball. Munchie looked at me, he goes, "Bro, you could have ran it, and then we could have just called a timeout, and I was like, well, shit,
Okay. I totally understand because I play point guard. And I'm not selfish. I'd rather set my guys up first. And I always get questioned. You should have shot that, Mizzle. Well, no, but you was open down low. I'd rather get the assist. So totally understand that. Understand for sure.
No, that was one of his famous shit. Much down there somewhere. And
I'm not mad at that because that man's always open. I mean, the first touchdown that you guys got, you put that right on him, and that was a pearl. I was, oh, man. You got me on my feet with that throw. I was like, oh,
we've been playing together a long time, so it should be that way.
It clearly shows on the field.
It was a game plan. It was.
Well, for our viewers that are just learning about the A7FL, and for those that are joining us, if you don't know what it is, it's 7-on-7, no pads, no helmet tackle football to where they are required to wear a mouthpiece, but it is tackle football. It's like playing backyard football like you did at recess in school. But Scooter, real quickly for our viewers, just talk about the dynamic that you and Munchie have, because it just seems like you guys can just give each other a look or a signal, and it's just like, okay, I got it, and it's like, you know where you're supposed to be. Just explain to our viewers what kind of a dynamic that is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember when I met Munchie. I want to say it was like 2014. You know, I used to do wristbands and flag football, and we'd have colors and names and things like that. And so when we're on the field, it's just funny because he'll just yell out a color or he'll yell out a name. And it was on the wristbands back from 2014 and 15 and 16. And people are like, what the fuck is blue? What's Florida? Like, what does those mean? You know, and only me and him know. Nobody else knows what those are. Maybe some of our guys that have played with us kind of have an idea of what's going on. But you know, we can literally call any route on the field on the line of scrimmage with different signals that we've had over the years. It's nothing we practice. It's just something we've done. So we've just been playing a lot of football together. We've won a lot of money playing football together. And it's just what it is, you know. And at some point in the second, it was at halftime. He goes, "Hey, I don't want you to force it, but you know what time it is. The ball doesn't go anywhere else but me." I said, "All right, here we go." You know,
I love that. I love players like that.
Yeah,
love it.
I don't know what page they be on. They just got experience. I just know two little hit like secret routes that he'll do, and I know what to do. But besides that, they've been playing together for a while. And they were saying this last year, even in the championship against the Nightcrawlers. You know, Scooter's smart, but it was definitely a lot of green. But he doesn't, like he was saying, he doesn't look for that. If he want to run at the very last minute, but Scooter ain't kissing your ass and like that. But Scooter sent myself and Zach Luciano a text maybe about 5 minutes ago and say, "Hey man, I'm sorry that you didn't get as much burn on offense. You know, so he's just selfless. You know." And for me, it was like, I don't care. And I wasn't ready. That second 3-on return, like my hip like tweaked again. So I was like, I'm done. I can't do it, you know. But if I follow the game plan and just on this team, you like everyone you have to play your role. There's role players. You have to play your role. We have our stars that do their shit. But besides that, you have to play your role. You have to understand with a team like the Insomniac, a TNT, or Turtle Hawks, that there's roles. You're coming to play a role. You're not coming there to be the guy, you know. And as long as people can understand that, you'll understand why Scooter and Munch and those Insomniacs are so successful, you know.
It seems like there's no divas on the team. You guys just want to go out there, have fun, and play football. And no matter who gets the shine, you guys are all shining together. That's scary when you got a team like that. And you can see it on the field. You guys was down 28 in the first half and just turned it around the whole second half and just dominated that game. That's fun to watch.
Yeah, 36 and 36-6 in the second half. We went unanswered, 36-6.
Yeah, that's also goes kudos to your defense as well. They gave you guys ample opportunity to come back in the game.
But again, just the last 2 weeks. I mean, how big has Smooth Brown been? Just Johnny on the spot, just coming up with key interceptions when the defense needed. I mean, like today, his first interception helps turn the tide. I mean, the interception last week against the Illinois basically turned the tide of the game, and you guys eventually pulled away and put up a 60 burger. Just what can you say about just him being just stepping up in the key moment when you need to? I mean, you go back to the championship game to where into the half, Scooter finds him downfield, and you guys get within 5 at the half, and then eventually you guys pulled away in the second. Just what kind of a player Smooth on is to just be that guy when you need him at that one particular moment when you guys need to play on defense?
Well, Smooth is and it's not a knock on anybody because they're all pretty selfless. He might be one of the most selfless players. Like, I mean, even just going back to the championship game against the Nightcrawlers, he didn't play at all, rarely all season. All he ever did was come in extra points, Nobody knows who he is. Nobody knows how good he really is. And he's like, hey, I can run this post corner on this guy. I see it. I've been watching all game. Okay, cool. Boom. Post corner, scores a touchdown. Even in this game tonight, he's not a DB by any means. The dude played college quarterback. He's a receiver. Like, he's not a DB, but he just knows football. Like, he's very intelligent. He's another coach. He coaches at Foothill High School. So he's just another coach on the field. So anytime he comes into my, our huddle on offense, and he says, hey, I got this. All right. Yep. You're in. Let's go. Cause I trust him, nice. And he cheers people on, and then just playing defense, just always trying to make a play, and he just has fun doing it. And he's just an awesome teammate to have.
Yeah. He had 10 picks on the season. The 2 he got tonight.
Wow.
End of the season. He didn't get to play.
The one-hander against the Alienators the first time I played him still stands out to me as one of the best interceptions of the fall brawl. Because it just Will Franklin, you stop it right now. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, Will Franklin.
He's trolling some.
He's
I know.
That's what they're saying.
I saw the comment.
He had a tremendous game as well on the ground. My goodness, this man is hard to take down.
You know what I have to say about that, since he made that comment? When a team goes up 20-0 and the flags are definitely at that point we're one-sided, and that's partially to our fault. We had a couple personal fouls from the sideline, some other calls, and you lose a game and you're up 20-0. It ain't the ref's fault, man. It's not the ref's fault. You blew 3 touchdowns.
We were getting chewed. We were getting cussed out by the head ref. I ain't gonna say the same.
And another thing from my side of watching the game is they went against what was working on you guys at first, which was the running game that set up the passing game for them. They totally went away from that, and that was the tale of the second half because they came out throwing the ball a lot, and I'm like, come on now. So it was not. I believe, from an outsider watching in, I believe the refs called the game fair. I didn't see nothing that was out of line. And some of the camera, when the flags were thrown, I couldn't see where it happened, and so I was going on what Deb and everybody else was saying. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Will's funny.
Shout out to Will Franklin, the head of officiating in the A7FL. Will's got jokes. He'll be here all night. Yeah. But I mean,
I think
for you guys, since you guys are.
Go ahead, Dub. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say to piggyback.
No, go ahead. You're first. Go ahead. Finish your point. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, to piggyback off of Mizzle. Yeah, I don't know why they went away from it. I don't know why teams do. When we get stopped, for a loss of yard or 2-yard gain, we're gonna do what we do because that's who we are. And we got to the sideline after the fumble Wilkerson had, and Munchie's like, we ran the ball 12 times. We got to open it up. You're right. We do. We are. We will open it up, but we're still who we are, and that's what we're gonna lean on. And and it ended up prevailing in the end. Went back to the run game at the end and made some adjustments. I don't know if you guys seen it, but I wasn't even holding the ball. I just gave the ball to the running back, and I became a lead blocker. So
yeah. Chris made a comment about that on the broadcast. He's like, "What? Or it might have been the Viking. What quarterback you see in pro sports leads for his running back or any type of sport? Yeah. It's rare.
Yeah,
unless your name is Randall Cunningham. Unless your name is Randall Cunningham, that's about the only quarterback that I've seen that in.
Yeah, I don't have an ego. I just want to win, and we're gonna win the best way possible.
I love it. I love that.
Now for you guys, let me ask you this question. And it could be different answers, but I mean, this is something I would like to ask both of you. What would you say for you guys? What was the turning point of the game for you guys in that game tonight?
Honestly, I mean, we went down 7-0, then 14-0, and I was like, all right, what the hell's going on? And then it hit 20-0. And then I was sitting on the bench with Quincy Burtz, and he looked at me, he goes, bro, there's still 2 minutes left in the first quarter. It's a long game. And so we went in the huddle coming out, and I just said, hey, let's protect the ball. They haven't stopped us. We've moved the ball up and down the field all game long. Let's just protect the ball and do what we do. And we came out, scored, and then, we should have put the ball in the end zone when I pitched the ball stupidly, and we had a chance to make it even a little tighter game going into half, and we screwed that off. But it just registered. It just clicked. I mean, there wasn't like one moment. Anything.
Now on the Wilkerson fumble at the goal line, from the vantage point of the booth, I initially thought that he had got the first down, and I didn't see where he exactly fumbled. What did you see on that play? Did you think it was a fumble?
At first,
yeah, we ran option to the right, and I don't want to say I was lazy. I should have just pitched him the ball, but I tried to make a move on the DN, and I pitched the ball late. And at that point, it was a little bit behind him and low, and he came off the sideline. He's like, I still should have caught it, but I mean, it was low, and it was a fumble. It was called right. It was called correctly.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the one that with the forward progress? I thought that was kind of a little shaky on that one because I think it was the forward progress, but I think the reason why they called it a fumble because he got out of the tackle and then got re-tackled. But I kind of also thought the forward progress could have been stopped. Well, how did you feel about that one?
We were all on the field, as an offense. We were saying, whistle, 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 and then boom, ball pops out. And that was probably the one that it's like, okay, that shouldn't have happened, and it was like bad call by the refs. The one on the goal line with Wilkerson, I have no idea. I didn't have a vantage point. I don't know if the ball was crossed the plane or not. From the video that we seen on the sideline from Ashmore during the challenge, we definitely it showed that he didn't cross the plane. So
yeah, to answer your first question, Dub, our heads never dropped. We went down 20-0. Our heads never dropped. It was still just people motivating. And that's just, I don't know, that's the good part of just being on a team where everyone is self-motivated. And again, you just got to know your role. And the second question, I didn't think it was a fumble until we saw the little replay on one of the guys on the sideline. I'm like, yeah, that he did fumble the ball. But from the one with the forward progress excuse we got, not the excuse, but the explanation we got, not excuse, sorry. Explanation we got was that he kept driving his feet. He didn't give up his progress. He kept moving. And that's why they let the play go on. I was going to argue that because that's not my role on the team. My role on the team is just to do the best I can and got to get better. I got to get better.
Brandon Schwenk, welcome to the show. How are you, sir?
I'm tired, but I'm good. Them trenches are no joke, man.
So give us your mindset of what happened in tonight's championship game.
The Insomniacs showed the Insomniacs. We showed who we are. We're a second half team. Don't ever doubt us because we're beating your ass. Don't matter if you're down 20-0. Don't matter if we're down at halftime against an East Coast team. I caught that, Big Rob. Man, we're always going to come back.
That's a true statement.
He was definitely. He definitely was saying in the YouTube feed that they are a second half team, but I mean it has been proven. Like I said, the game was definitely a tale of two halves, and I mean, like I said, you guys in the sense only technically led the game for 11 seconds, but it does not matter what time you lead. Is just what's the score when it hits all 4 zeros, and when it hit all 4 zeros, you guys had the lead and won the game. So here's my question for you guys, since now the focus goes to you guys looking to repeat and join the Patterson U as the only two teams to ever repeat in the A7FL. What is the main focus for you guys starting on March 24th?
We need to get healthy. We need to get healthy first. A bunch of guys are injured, beaten up. We got a plethora. I mean, I'm not gonna spill no beans, but we got a list of 20 plus that want to play with us. So it's a matter of kind of shifting through those guys, seeing which guys fit who we are, fit our mold, are willing to take a role in the spring. And then we just kind of, need to fill some voids in the roster due to some guys playing on the pro team here and things like that. And then just get through the long season. We have the longest season in the spring, so we got to stay healthy, got to stay fresh, and just stay consistent. We're not worried about the record. We're not worried. I mean, we didn't really even care about this fall brawl. Now we wanted to win, but we know the spring's the biggest season, so we got to just gear up, get ready for that.
Yeah, just to stay healthy. We got 52 or 49 days to get back healthy. So I'm definitely taking advantage of it for sure. But I don't think anything is going to change. The mindset's still the same. The goal is the same. I think any one of us can tell you that, or any of them can tell you that. Nothing's going to change. The targets is on our back, and that's fine. Let it be there. That doesn't make us think or act any different. We just out there to play football and to enjoy our brother's company.
That is scary. That's why you guys are so good. Just how I'm just listening to you guys and how you guys are talking. It seems like it's more of a brotherhood. That's almost what like an NFL locker room. When the NFL locker room is on point and everybody from the top to the bottom is on point, you get results. You guys didn't falter when this game was down. Like I told Dub, you guys remind me of the Spurs. The Spurs can be down 20, but they still run the same offense, and they're going to wear you and wear you down and wear you down, and you look up 20 now. So, and that's what you guys did in the second half. You guys willed your way, and that's tremendous football. I love it. And no, it seems like no divas are on the team, and that's always a good thing not to have.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't get to see us at halftime, but a lot of us go say hi to the family or to the wives real quick or the kids, and then we're talking because a lot of us are coaches, and yeah, being coaches on the field is good to have because we can make slight little adjustments.
Yeah.
But halftime is where we get to fully focus on the adjustment part of it without worrying about playing. And so if you notice at halftime, the other teams disperse, but there's a majority of us that need to be there. We talk and we adjust. And the biggest thing is just making that adjustment at halftime. And it shows every week we play. It shows, how easy it is to talk to our guys and communicate. And yeah, we don't have no divas. There's definitely no divas, and we won't take any divas on our squad.
Sounds like a bunch of leaders to me, man. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, just a quick little story. Like Schwank was a receiver. He's always been a receiver for me. When I first met him, he was this skinny little track guy who just had a motor. And in flag, he gets to play receiver. It's kind of like his way out. And then in this A7 stuff, in college and in high school, he played tight end. And I said, hey, look, man, you may get the ball once or twice. You may not even get a pass thrown to you. But, he's putting his ass on the line, playing a position he probably truly doesn't want to play, but he's good at it. And he does it, Same with our 3-on-1 guys. If you notice, our guys that play 3-on-1, they don't play anywhere else. That's their job. That's what they do. And they love it.
Damn good at it.
Fucking good at it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think we've let 2 3-on-1s for touchdowns. One each season so far, and that's it. And we have look at some of the returns we have to go against. Savion Cunningham has not returned one against us. Lavish has not returned one against us. I think we let Cheetah go once last year, and then Justin Gaither.
Ronald Gaither last and Gaither last week, which was quite shocking because you guys
when you throw off the man 90 times, like that's a big boy that moves. Like that's a 230 guy that runs fast. Like that's not the funnest dude to hit.
No, it's not. But when you have guys like Stone Stevenson and Cannon on your coverage, first off, they're very good at wrapping up and tackling and not making sure they go far. To which Cannon was being Cannon again tonight, and he is feisty, even though he is about a $105 soaking wet, but the man has no fear. The man has no fear, and it's like he is because he's got the ski mask on because that's his identity. But it just seems like those guys take pride and be like, you know what, we're not going to let special teams beat us, and for the most part, that has come into fruition because you guys very proud yourself of making sure that you know what, they may get a few yards, but it's like they're not going to start in plus territory. And I thought that was a huge factor in the championship game against the Nightcross because BME Keese is one of the best throw-in returners in the league, and you guys pretty much held him in check for most of that game. So it's just, I don't want to use the damn Bill Belichick analogy, but you guys really just do your job, and it shows. Hence why you guys have what everybody wants, and that is the crown. But of course, your guys' aspirations is to, of course, repeat and keep the title in your guys' possession.
Dub, it's funny. We're not even motivated to win the championship. We actually think it's very comical to just not put and I don't say this disrespectfully, but there's teams practicing 2-3 days a week. There's all this, this is people's lives, and we just have fun. And we just enjoy spending the 3-4 hours together, hanging out and playing football. That's the motivation. The motivation isn't a ring or a championship or anything like that. It's just beating people and just having fun doing it. And sometimes having fun might hurt us. It almost hurt us tonight. But, some people they're just too stuck up a little bit. I think everyone needs to relax and they'll see it be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Well, you guys will start defense of your title on the 24th of March against the Las Vegas Force. But I know a lot of you guys, and I know Desi has said it many a times. He really wants to take a shot against the Northeast because of all these supposed them trying to live up to Innocence beat you guys because for whatever reason, everybody thinks that you guys are a super team, and that's been back and forth and verbalized and debated and this, that, and the third. But I don't. It's just, really. Well, it's one. Okay, if you were to take 5 players from every single team and put it together, okay, then maybe I can give you that analogy that you guys are a super team. But realistically, and Will Franklin is on one right now. My goodness.
Kumbaya.
It's not kumbaya. It's not kumbaya, Will. It's just we're doing a recap show of the league, and we're just happen to have the champion. Here comes Natter Gang. Here we go. Anyhow,
well,
for those just now,
you bring up super team. But I remember watching the Biggie podcast 2 weeks ago, and Knox himself said it. We got one guy to match up against all of their guys, and it's that SiC team, they're a good football team. They are. But it's just a different level. But yeah, we want to play the East Coast. If we could have our whole fucking schedule be East Coast teams, we would love for that to happen.
I'm just over it, Everybody
Hate
has
me, fly me.
So if they say oh well, so be it. So,
Well,
everyone.
as a fan, I would love to see it.
Oh yeah, of course. That's what I want, but Twitter would
I
tell.
haven't even seen the East Coast team, but I have seen some East Coast people talk about their teams, and it's like this. I'm like, it's almost like boxing. Just throw you guys in the ring and just let's go. Just box it out. Best of fucking 7. Shit.
We plan on doing our job, but it's 1 week at one game at a time, and we'll see kind of their part and make it to the champion. Hopefully we can meet them there, But what was crazy was they're like taking shots at me on the sideline. They said, this like the Niners and Lions game. I said, shut the fuck up. Like, but we want everyone, it's just we're gonna play who's in front of us. That's all we can do.
Dub, I heard that they changed the playoffs back to where two Vegas teams will be able to play back east. Is that true? Or the Midwest and back east?
That I don't know. That would be a fantastic thing if that does happen, because definitely I know you guys have wanted to test your team up against it, because I know you have said many times that your teammate Mr. Wilkerson was just on 3-1 saying that he wanted to play the Watchmen, BIC, and the U. Doesn't matter in what order, but those were the 3 teams that he wanted to play. Because obviously Anthony has had the taste of playing against an East Coast team, being that they went over there twice when he was a part of the Force back in 2022. So obviously for him, there's unfinished business with that. But as soon as the league announces something, I guess we will all find out at the same time. If that does happen, that would be fantastic, because that would be a fun thing to see. And I'm pretty sure that would give high ratings on Caffeine and A7FL.TV, which, by the way, we had close to almost 320,000 viewers on Caffeine. So, shout out to everybody, those that watched the championship game tonight, which was a fantastic game, which the Insomniacs do what they do. They found a way to get it done. They were down 20-8, but came back to win by a final score of 32-26. And on my Facebook page now, I got y'all's head coach and Knox going back and forth. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for chiming in.
Yeah, there's
and
gonna be
watching
a lot of
and
there's gonna be a lot of jabbing.
Commenting.
If you want Dub, you can add Knox, and I'll get off and let him speak his mind. It was script and everything, so I definitely want to hear his side of the story. You're up 20-0, and that's whatever.
Yeah, bring Knox on, because he don't comment on nobody else's shit.
Yeah, I'll gladly get off, so he can give y'all his explanation of why they lost, why they gave up a 20-point lead.
Well, your head coach just said add me, mother effer. So
okay.
Knox, if you do want to come on the show, please let us know. I will send you the link. Trying to make this you don't have to get off, Desi. That you don't have to get off. So please don't try to make this. Please don't try to make this the Nexus attacking John Cena in the ring, even though that made Mizzle very happy. But that's a whole nother story for a different day.
No, he can have his time. Ain't nobody not a Knox. He's the best kicker in the game right now. So
yeah, nobody has to get off the show. You can we all speak our mind freely on the show. We do it very respectfully. That's what we do.
We don't kick
Mizzle,
nobody. We don't kick nobody off.
Excuse me.
What was your thoughts of the game?
Excuse me. I thought it was a great game. It was very good by both sides. But what happened is that SickWidIt earlier, they went away what was working. They went away from the running game, which was setting up their passing game. And in the second half, they got a little too pass happy. And they should have ran the ball a little bit more. And when you guys made the stops, you guys did what what works for you guys. You guys went to your running game, and your running game set up the passing game. And Scooter found who I call the archer. He was getting open down the field, and you guys did what you normally do the whole fall brawl, which was play a better second half than you played the first half. Not saying some of the games you guys played were not great in the first half, but you guys seemed to second half, which is what all great teams do.
Yes, sir.
You make adjustments, and you guys made adjustments. But in this game, you guys made the adjustments to stick with it, and I just believe they got a little too pass happy, and they should have stuck to the running game a little bit more. And who would have known how the game would have been?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And I believe it was fair. Like some of the flags that were thrown, I couldn't see because of how the camera angle was and where the flag was thrown or where they thought where it was called. But other than that, I thought it was, as a fan who's just now watching it for maybe the second year, it was fucking entertaining. And like I said, the only thing that I had to question it was Scooter not finding all that green grass, which I love the explanation about it though. That's about the only, because I'm sitting here watching like, rumble, big man, rumble.
Man, no, he wants to be lazy. That's exactly what he wants. I got group chat messages right here. Man, I hope it's running so I can just hand the ball off and just stand there. And I don't want to throw it.
He's not lying.
I'm like sitting here like, you just want to be lazy.
He ain't lying. I was praying it would rain all fucking day so I could just hand the ball off. I didn't want to throw a ball. I didn't want to run. I ended up running like 5 times tonight, and now I'm going to be sore the next 4 days.
I'm gonna
Oh, that's good.
It was
That's
fun.
good.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny.
It was fun. It was a fun first season, first fall brawl for me. It was fun. You know, I know the stuff I have to work on, and that starts tomorrow. It's as long as my X-rays are negative, I start tomorrow to get ready. You know, they count on me to get.
And in the meantime,
or to get them good foot position, and I can do a lot better. And that's on me. You know, I was been slacking on cardio, and that's all my fault. You know, so we got the job done, but that won't be
Got some plans though.
that won't be the case if I don't get it together for the spring. You know, so I gotta do my
and
part.
then in the meantime, he'll be also riding some horses and being a farm dad.
Yeah,
or a farm grandpa. Let me rephrase that right. A farm granddad. Let me rephrase that.
Hello. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Coach, welcome, Coach. How are you?
I'm good,
motherfucker. See, that's our problem.
All right. And joining us from SickWidIt, the one, the only, he actually has his glasses off, which is shocking because we're used to seeing his glasses. Knox, you remind me of Bret Hart when you wear those doggone sunglasses, let me tell you. But nonetheless, my guy,
Knox, I can see your teeth. That's it.
Welcome.
Welcome. My phone. I have a beautiful smile.
Welcome to the show, Knox. Welcome to the show.
What's going on, Dub? What's going on, everybody?
Knox, from your perspective, give us your view of what happened in the game tonight with you guys. That you guys came out well in the first half, and then what for you guys? What changed the tide in the game in the second half for you guys?
Now, y'all know me. I always keep it real, and that's what a lot of people don't really take into consideration. I'm not biased. You feel me? I talk shit about my team as well. You know what I'm saying?
Seeing it.
Yeah. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit. Straight up. You know what I mean? But it's one of those where people on the sidelines got too comfortable with the lead. So with the people on the sidelines when they got comfortable with the lead, they decided to call their own number. So when they're calling their own number, they become a liability, and they don't want to see that they're a liability because this is their chance to show why they're here instead of being a team player. And that's why I say I give that to the Insomniacs. They don't have to practice. They're a team that can show up and they just have fun. Everybody knows their role. Nobody steps on nobody's toes. Nobody does any of the bullshit. And that's why I give them 100% respect when it comes to that. We don't have that. We don't have that. Everybody wants to have their number called, and that's the fucking problem. Nobody wants to just sit back and really just, again, have fun. You feel me? So again, that's how the shit. Yeah, to kick it off again, we're up. We got motherfuckers on the sideline like, oh yeah, woo, yada 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 yada. But it's like it's not over. The same shit happens every fucking time. Every fucking time. We have the lead, shit be cool, but hey, come that second half, I don't know, motherfuckers. They don't get the Jordan juice. They get some other shit, and they slow down. You feel me? So it's not. Again, it's not taken from anything that they can do because we play against them all the time. If you have real football IQ, then you know your opponent. That's the difference in what he's saying in my eyes. You know your opponent. You know your opponent's weaknesses. You know their strengths. You give him time, Scoot's gonna slang that motherfucker. I've played with him. Not saying he's, you know what I'm saying? I played with him. He's throwing me the ball. I've gotten tubs from him. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those when you're on the other side, you're trying to get the people around you to understand the assignments or just understand the mindset that you have. And shit, you see how that goes.
So, from your perspective, from your point of view, what do you think has to change in order for you guys to eventually take that next step to have championship aspirations of your own?
You got to get the players that's about themselves and don't really understand the team aspect. You got to get them the fuck up out of here. Simple as that.
It's well said.
You know what I'm saying?
Very well said.
Packer had his little comments, you feel me, where it's like, oh, I could see that I wasn't the cause. But again, you weren't even at the game, in the game, or had anything to do with the game, but you still had to find a way to make yourself the center of attention. Again, that's a problem because we're telling you, yeah, you could make plays on the sideline, but the second you start doing your fucking bullshit that Packer does, you become a liability. And you don't want to own that. You don't want to accept that. So yeah, you wasn't the cause. We lost. But we also played better with you not there.
I have one question. Why did you guys go away from the running game, which was working for you guys? From a fan that's watching, it set up you guys this passing game,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very, very. I mean, the first play of the game, you guys scored a touchdown in the running game, and you guys were running some nice, sweet plays with the crisscross. And what went away from that?
Again, for me, I'm gonna say you got people calling their own numbers.
Okay.
When the shit is moving, again, my team will vouch for me when I say this. I use myself as a prime example when I speak. You feel me? But I also lead by example. If the shit is flowing and one of the let's just say the coaches be, hey, you go. Why would I go if the shit is flowing? You got other people, the shit is riding. And here they go in the coach's ear, like, no, this is my time. I need to go right now. I'm gonna be the reason that we get this stop because of whatever the fuck.
Okay.
Niggas don't want to battle. You know what I'm saying? We grown. This shit, you know what I mean? If you look at least the top two teams, there's supposed to be some type of organization. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I'll say our coaches probably have a little bit more coaching involvement as opposed to the Insomniacs. To me, they just have coaches on the sideline just to look like they got coaches there. Nope.
That's
I'm
not
just
true.
saying. You know what I mean? They don't really.
That's not true.
Okay. I'm just saying. Again, the people that you have on their, whatever, that's people call their own number. If the shit is moving, we'll just take the play before halftime. They don't have no timeouts, or they probably have one timeout. You have players that's in the huddle like, yo, run the ball. You got other players that's like, shit, fuck that. I could beat them. I could score right now. We don't need to. What happens? Pick. But then everybody wants to go blame JG. That's not on him. Now, granted, yeah, it is on him because he's the quarterback. You feel me? He's supposed to be leading us, so of course he should have held his own and been like, "Nah, we not doing that shit." But instead, he took the fucked up shit. You know what I mean? He took the pick.
Okay.
So it's shit like that where it's like, again, we're not thinking football. We're thinking let's make a highlight out the other team. But it's like I've said before, nobody posts their fuck ups though.
Knox, do you think it's like that because some of these guys want to go play further and they think that this platform is going to get them there? Unlike guys like maybe me and you who are like, we're not going to go fucking play nowhere. We're just doing this shit to do it.
Right.
Do you think that plays a part?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. It's one of those where you got the young guys like Savion. You got the young guys like the Gaither brothers, you feel me? Or not the Gaither brothers, but Gaither, him, you feel me? What's them brothers?
Ramsey.
The Ramses, you feel me? You got young
The
guys like them.
The Ramses?
Yeah. You got young guys like them where they still have a chance. You feel me? They can go do something with this shit. You feel me? If that's their end goal. You feel me? But like Scoop said, us guys, yeah, I feel you. Guys like, man, we just going out there to have fun.
We almost all over 30, just hanging out,
Man,
playing
look,
football.
I done been stabbed in the neck, shot, tore my Achilles, tore both my meniscus, bro. I pretty much had everything happen to me. Torn rotator cuff right now. You feel me? My shit's out of place. And that's my throwing arm. So it's like, I'm personally not trying to go anywhere. But I'm definitely not trying to keep fucking losing because of the same fucking bullshit, and we don't have nothing to. Nobody else has an answer. Like I said, everybody's just behind the scenes. We had one of your players. He's like, "Oh, you're an app guy. You're a Facebook guy. You're what? I don't even fucking know you." You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking know you. But you know me clearly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like I tell people, I don't have nothing to prove, and I'm not trying to prove nothing to nobody. But, of course, when we step in between the lines, you're supposed to be competitive. You know what I'm saying? People get to tucking their tails and shit. That's just whack.
I was upset, Knox. You freaking got me. At the end of the game. When you flinched, I was glad they called the penalty, though. I was like, hey, you can't do that. But he made me flinch.
Even with that, though, that shouldn't have been a penalty because school had a cadence.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what the ruling is on
it's
that.
within the cadence.
I started my cadence and then checked out of it. But once I start my cadence, I have to stay with it, and we got lucky on that one.
I'm trying to, and those are the things where it's like, me, I'm not. People would say, "Oh, Knox is salty." Bro, I have fun with this shit. If y'all really pay attention to my shit, I laugh it off. You feel me? Because you have those guys that take it serious. I don't got this. What do I have to prove? If I felt like I had something to prove, I would. Of course, everything would be serious out of my mouth. You know what I mean? It would be serious as shit. But what the fuck? And here goes this guy. Definitely, it would have been scripted. If Franklin was there, it for sure would have been scripted. We would have had to jump him. For real.
We're gonna send Joey on a go route.
Yeah, man. You got Muncie over here shooting these dull ass arrows and shit, but they still effective. You feel me? Fucking hey, warm down, nigga. Look, I said I guarantee, nigga, and that's what we saying, bro. When it comes down to IQ, you should know. You know what I'm saying? We already said if you got Juice and you got fucking Carter back there, 9 times out of 10 it's a toss. If you got Wilkerson back there, 9 times out of 10 it's a run up the middle. How the fuck they don't know that? Stupid shit. You feel
You're
me?
not wrong. You're not
The
wrong.
game is the game is on the line. Who the fuck is Munchie? I mean, who the fuck is Scooter gonna go to? He's gonna go to fucking Munchie or Swank. Let's keep it real. It's not hard, bro, but people make it so fucking hard because they don't pay attention to the fucking game that's in front of them.
Yeah.
They more worried about trying to be the one to stop him. Oh, I sack Scooter, or I stop Munchie, or
Coach,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta trade them people in.
What you got to say, Jeff?
Coach JB, your thoughts on tonight's game, sir?
I mean, Knox isn't wrong on his end, you know, and
Coach,
I guess that's why I kind of get like upset when people think they know what's going on our sideline, and not what you're talking about, Knox, but like when people say we had all this infighting and all that stuff. We only had really 2 dudes on our team last season that just wasn't part of our process, wasn't part of what we want on the sideline. And I know to the naked eye, it doesn't seem like me, Dyson, or Jason are doing stuff, but we're doing a lot of stuff. You know,
y'all motherfuckers don't be doing this shit.
You're crazy. Trust me. We know what defense and what offense you're in.
James, man, I love you to death, man, but y'all be doing shit, man. That Scooter offense, that Scooter and Munchie offense, you feel me?
Yeah, that's Scooter's offense, but you don't think we talk about the adjustmts and where we're going with the ball?
You mean you give an opinion and then they tell you if it's okay or not?
No. Scott will be the first to tell you.
I'm fucking with you, James.
Yeah.
Scott will be the first to tell you. Don't take me so serious, bro. Relax. Take a shot.
Take a shot.
But what I'm saying is, like, people just try to assume what we do on our sidelines, and I think that's why it works for us because, Knox has been playing the game a long time. So, like he said, how do you not know we're going to run it up the middle or outside? But we're just going to play that bully ball.
Trying to tell you. Y'all niggas get away with so many holding calls. It's a shame.
I was waiting.
Cheers. Come on. Let's go. Hey, big shout out to my boy MG. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It ain't holding if you don't get caught, though, right?
You ain't trying.
Hey.
I love it. That's why I say I love it, bro.
Hey, I'm a Raider fan, so rule number 1, cheat to win. Rule number 2, refer back to rule number 1.
I love it. That's why I said, man, I love it. You know what I'm saying? But crying to the refs, that ain't going to get you shit.
100%.
Bitching and complaining ain't going to get you shit if you really watch football. Spin out of it. That's how you draw it. Make a different move. Use your hands. Use your feet. Use something. Shit. Pinch the nigga.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. I gotta get up. I gotta go ready for work.
Brother, thank you for joining the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you, Schwank. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
Hey, good shit, Schwank.
Thanks, man.
That was Brandon Schwank joining us from the Insomniacs as he takes his exit. So, Knox, real quickly for you guys, what has to change for you guys for the upcoming national season that starts on March 24th?
Got to get some of them. Got to get some of them guys that think they on the team. You got to get them up out of there. Them guys that's about themselves, got to get them up out of there. Guys that don't really know, like I said, that team shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, just whatever that shit means to you, man. Like, if you ain't got it, get the fuck on. Because you got those guys that's up and coming that's like, they want to play with teams like the Insomniacs. They want to play with teams like Sick. But at the same time, they don't want to walk into BS. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we can fill them spots up. The people that's liabilities, they can easily be replaced. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's through the coaching staff and the organization, or them niggas just choose to do it on their own. They know who they are. But again, what are you gonna do? The end goal is different. when the Insomniacs speak, think about it. They speak on beating the East Coast. When SickWidIt speaks, they speak on beating Insomniacs. So the end goal is different already, just right there alone. The end goal is different. You're trying to beat, yeah. The end goal is different. You feel me? So you got to just weed those ones out personally.
My man wants dogs on his team. That's what he's saying. He wants some dogs.
We got puppies over there.
Yeah, he wants some.
Like real shit. You got puppies, bro. You got dogs with teammates with pups. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different. You feel me? It's different.
It doesn't
it's
mix.
Different. And that's not disrespecting everybody. Like I said, they know who they are. I'm not one of that. I won't say niggas' names, but this ain't that type of party. You feel me? They know who they is. Like I said, the end goal is different. You know what I mean? And even speaking on the whole super team aspect and topic that everybody been talking about, I don't think that they're a super team. Not at all. They're not a super team. They're a team and an organization that just have been playing with each other for X amount of years. So they have chemistry, they have trust, they have organization, they have real teammates. They got everything that you need to be a successful team and organization. You can't take that from them. You feel me?
That's 100%.
That don't make them a super team.
We appreciate that, Docs.
Yeah. That's just from all them times y'all tried to say I was salty and I was a hater. I just don't kick it with y'all outside of this shit. So like I said on our podcast, is a lot of people only know me from when we play against each other or it's involved when it comes to football.
Yeah.
My goal, and that should be anybody's goal, is when we're in between those lines, is to show you that I'm better than you. Whether it's by myself or with a team, you feel me? So I can't help it that people hate me once we step inside those lines. Which is why I put my shit as respectfully misunderstood. Because a lot of people, they think they have their, just like James was saying about your guys' team, they feel like they know me or they know how I am or yada, 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 whatever the fuck. But do you really? Comments can be taken any type of way until you're talking to somebody face to face.
Very true. Wow.
You feel me? You can say anything behind the keyboard.
True.
And that person can take it however they're reading it. You feel me? They might not know the real true meaning behind that. So I was like, what? I'm on y'all side. Why the fuck can't SickWidIt beat y'all? Why the fuck can't they beat y'all? You know what I'm saying? Look,
our kicker just retired, Docs. Our kicker just retired.
Hey, let's just we'll just go off the record. When y'all motherfuckers first had came about, I got told that the roster was full again because I felt like I was respectfully misunderstood. But we'll just keep it at that. You feel me? I feel like I got told that the roster was full, and then I just slowly but surely just started seeing the roster fill up.
In our trenches, we were full, but we were looking for D stuff like that. So we had a whole lot of DBs. We had a couple get injured the first week.
James, keep it real. You done played me. You done played with me. You done played against me. Keep it real. I can play DB. Shit's not hard.
Well,
I could play DB better than our DBs.
Well, maybe you should have played then.
Nope. I'm a team player. Nope. I'm good. I don't got to do all that.
No, I think you're the best, or if they want to get to you, one of the best. And that's East or West Coast. I was like a few weeks when we played guys first time. I was telling Dub and Vera, like I don't like doing 3-1 against you, man. I'm just fucking ball regular, dude. Like that shit so far in the sky.
Hey, that shit came about because the second they told me about that get back shit. I don't know if y'all know, bro, but man, growing up, bro, 3 flags up, that was the shit.
Yes,
Killer Man.
Yes, 3
that was
flags
the
up. Yes.
shit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You was aiming to throw that ball as high as fucking possible. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as that motherfucker catch it, so again, it was like, ooh, get back? Ooh. Okay. I like that. And then, like I said, the only people with powerful arms like that is me and Q. Q ain't better than me though. But you know what I'm saying? He a better quarterback than me, but yeah. That's about it. You know what I mean?
I don't think they're bringing that rule to the spring, are they?
They should. I like that shit.
The get back.
I love that shit. That shit make the game intense, bro, because it make them runners really have to run.
Yeah.
What I can say is the 3-point play won't be for the national season. That I can confirm. That's not going to happen.
Man, they need to keep that get back.
So
I think the get back should stay.
Yeah.
So for the viewers that are watching, is the get back rule is you have to get past the 20. If you don't, the team that throws the ball gets the ball back. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's only if a team is behind.
Correct.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Now
I just wanted our viewers to understand the rule that we were talking about. If they're so they can follow our
Hey,
conversation.
look, Mizzle, we led the league in get backs.
Oh damn!
Unofficially put on the record, but I'm just saying I ain't never seen too many.
No,
we didn't have any.
No, Sick. We can definitely say Sick was definitely the king of the get backs during the fall. That's for certain. And I know I forgot who it was, but I mean, you Knox made one particular tackle. You just like, no, you're not going nowhere. Get over. It was almost like Scorpion Mortal Kombat. Get over here with the harpoon.
Duh, because you know why? I done had Savion run back on me before.
That is
you
true.
feel me? So it's one of those where I take shit like that, and that's the type of shit I'm gonna remember. It's like, okay, again, he's gonna have that mentality like he's done it already. Me, I perfected my craft to where it's like, yeah, you think so. You had a highlight once, but you're not gonna have another one. You know what I'm saying? Not at the expense of myself. You feel me? And it's even stuff that I watch. Like I said, I go back and watch film. I ask people, you feel me? Do you go back and you really watch yourself? There's shit that I definitely could work on, even on the 3-on-1. You feel me? The help tackling. You know what I'm saying? The going for the ball when they standing up. Shit like that. That's the shit that I'm going back and I'm like, But I'm expecting the ref to just blow the whistle because if a nigga like me come full speed downhill before you blow the whistle and they just got him wrapped up, then you're going to throw a flag.
Yeah.
True.
No, it was the one play we got done sportsman like after y'all scored and they enforced it on the throw off. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I think you're at the 50-yard line. And they kept saying, he's going to throw it in the end zone. I said, I don't think he is. I don't think he is. He's going to throw shit high in the sky, and I got to try and grab it. Hopefully he throws it in the end zone, but he didn't. So that's where I got hurt. That's where I retweaked my hip. I just took off because they were just so close. I got to get to the 20-yard line, so I just took off. But that just speaks to Knox craft, you know. So, yeah, kudos to you, man.
Nah, bros, I appreciate
Coach
it. It's like, where it's like I said, I pay attention. You feel me? So it's one of those where if you think about the difference between you and the way you and Cody run, right? You'll make that one move, and I'm not sure if it's because of, prior injury, but you'll make that one move, and then it's just, I'm saying, just straight downhill from there. Cody's more like he'll wait, and then he'll try to burst into the outside where that's why with him, I throw straight down the middle. Because now you don't get to start from that sideline and then get to do that swoop around shit like you like to. You feel me? So it's just like, again, I study my returners.
Coach, what do you? No, that's a good thing to do. Coach, what are you looking forward to for the upcoming season starting on March the 24th?
Yes.
I'm actually glad this season's over, so everybody can just relax and get healthy for the spring. I don't know. We got some new players that we're looking at, and got some guys that are retiring. And we had some really bad injuries. Shout out to Chris McWillie. He broke his ankle.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Yes.
That was
Tore
horrible.
every ligament in his ankle too. So,
Oh.
but I don't want anybody getting hurt on either teams. It's everybody's got work, they got families to take care of, and I like to see everybody have like an injury-free season.
Yeah, baby, hold on.
But
well, all right. Well, all right. Well, certainly we want to thank all of you guys for coming on and giving your thoughts on what happened during the championship game, which, again, the final score was the Insomniacs 32, SickWidIt 26 to close out Fall Brawl, to which the Insomniacs do keep their streak alive, and they will keep that streak going into the national season, which, again, starts on March the 24th as the A7FL celebrates their 10th anniversary season. And here goes Munchie being Munchie.
And by the way, I did pick SickWidIt to win this game. I just had that type of feeling. And as they started, I was like, I was right. But then once I saw the second quarter, I was like, stick with the run. And so,
that shit is that shit's crazy.
But no, it was a great game by both sides, man. It was.
Mizzle, stop lying, bro. Stop lying.
No, it was
not a great game.
I watch football on both sides. Just the only thing is, if you guys would have stuck to the run, I think you guys could have had a better game. That's just.
I feel it. No, 100%.
You started off
one of our key pieces, man.
And then I didn't know that. So if you was missing the key piece and to still play the type of game you played without your key piece, that speaks volumes. I just love how the game is played. It was one-sided each way, and that's how sports is played. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And that's how
100%.
the Insomniacs did. They started off slow, but they finished at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love about sports.
Yeah. Even though it's starting to seem a little scripted, I'm just saying. All right.
Oh,
that's what I said. I made my post. And everybody thinking I'm like, oh, he's salty. Let me have fun the way I want to have fun. That's just stupid as fuck. All right, the fucking reps. All right. I ain't never seen Preston make none of them horrible ass calls on ESPN. But all of a sudden, we get Fox 5.2 in this month, man. I'm just saying.
My.
Well, I look forward to the Insomniac side of the ball. Let me know. I'm gonna call in early this time.
There's only one Insomniac guest on this week.
This week
we have an Insomniac, we have a Hunter, we have. I'm not the producer of the show. They just tell me what's going on, and I just do my job. That's all I do.
5 weeks has been an Insomniac player on every show. I'm just saying, no, nigga, we're not giving you no respect. You was throwing a goddamn dull arrow, okay, but it was working, all right? It was dull as shit once the do-rag came off. Love you to death, nigga, but fuck. Oh, God. Still works. Still works. Still works.
That hurts my soul. But nonetheless, Mizzle and I definitely want to thank all you guys for coming on and giving us your thoughts on the Fall Brawl Championship game. Special thanks to Denzel Daniels. Special thanks to Scott Scooter Hamilton. Special thanks to Brandon Schwenk for hopping in. Special thanks to Coach James Burgoyne. And, of course, special thanks to Knox25. Thank you to all you guys for coming on again. Fantastic game from both sides. and definitely looking forward to the 10th anniversary season that will start March the 24th. Certainly, you guys rest up, stay healthy, and come back stronger for the upcoming national season. We definitely appreciate all you guys for chiming in and coming on. And the door is always open on the Mizzle and Dub Show, as we will have our Super Bowl special, even though Mizzle doesn't want to, because he could care less about both teams that are playing. But he's not going to give a Super Bowl pick, and everybody knows who I'm picking, but we're still going to do our yearly Super Bowl show. But seriously, the door is open for you guys. We appreciate you guys coming on and giving us your time. We humbly, sincerely thank you for that. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, hold on, Dub. Scott, are you laying on your stomach?
Bye.
Yeah, I'm laying on my stomach. No, I got a pillow. There's a pillow. Is it a pillow? It's almost bedtime. I
see the pillow. I see the pillow.
He said that exactly because it was.
All right, guys. Have a good night, man.
Hey, thank you for joining, man. You're welcome on the show anytime.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, that was a lot.
Talk
a
about
lot of Insomniacs and talking about Insomniacs and SickWidIt Knox coming on and basically giving no filter. But again, this show has pretty much been all about the A7FL, which the Fall Brawl concluded its season with the championship game, which the Insomniacs did beat Sick by the final score of 32-26. And now we will take a breather, and about 49 days out, the national season all across the country, with Indianapolis with their first season with the High Octane, of course, the team in Ohio, the Volcanoes, and of course the Chaos. Then of course we got the teams in Florida with the Orange and the Nightcrawlers, and of course the Northeast with the Buzz and the Omegas and BIC and the U and the Silksy Animals and the Snow Tribe and the Renegades, and of course the Regulators and the Aces out there in California. And of course we have the 8 teams here in Vegas with the Gold, the Kryptonite, the Force, SickWidIt, the Insomniacs, the Pit Bosses. And so to answer your question, how the national season works, okay, so there's a Northeast division, a Florida division, Ohio division, California, and Nevada. The Northeast and Nevada per se has the most teams in their division per se. So for Nevada, there's 8 teams in the division, and it's a 7-game regular season. And then you have 3 playoff games, and then you have the first 2 playoff games, and then you got the conference championship, East and West, and then of course you have the national championship. Now, I don't know where the national championship game is going to be at for this year. I know last year it was in Bullhead City, Arizona, which gave us the Insomniacs, the Nightcrawlers, which gave us a fantastic championship game. And also the A7FL had their own combine with that, to which former head coach of the Vikings, Mike Tice, was a part of that. So that's a big dude. That's a very big guy, and he is very, very tall, but one of the nicest human beings you would ever want to meet. So I don't know. I think the 3-on-1 will announce where the championship game is going to be, if they have not already, but that's just something we have to watch on the 3-on-1 podcast with Matt Ryan, Corey Hammond, and Big Rob Fabian. But
shout out to Hammond.
Yes, indeed, which it wouldn't shock me if he's up watching this right now, but it wouldn't shock me at all one bit.
I was shocked he didn't invite if he wanted to join. This would have been a perfect show for Mr. Hammond to come on.
If he was up, I'm pretty sure he would have said something. But he actually might be sleeping. But nonetheless, thank you to all of our guests again. To Brandon Schwank, to Scott Scooter Hamilton, to Desi Daniels, James Burgoyne, of course, Knox 25.
Yeah.
And there's another guest I'm missing. Who was the other guest? Come on, Dub, get it together. But special thanks to all the Insomniacs that came on. Special thanks to Knox that came on. We definitely appreciate you guys. And We appreciate you guys for sticking in and watching. Again, fantastic Fall Brawl championship game to conclude the Fall Brawl season. Once again, the final score of the Insomniacs beat SickWidIt by the final score of 32-26. And so with that said, we will call it a night, but definitely enjoyed everybody's input, especially from Mr. Will Franklin, which we will have him on the show because I'm pretty sure there are some rules that he would like to go over for the upcoming spring season. But just to recap real quick. In the game, which proved to be the game winner for the Insomniacs as they defeat SickWidIt 32-26. SickWidIt had a 20-8 lead at the half of the Insomniacs. Held Sick to just 6 points in the second half as Munchie indeed shot the arrow one more time like John J. Rambo right in the gizzard. But now we will take a breather and hopefully the players will get healthy and rest up and get ready for the national season, which will again take place on March 24th. Of course, you can watch all of it on Caffeine TV, A7FL.TV, and for those locally here in Vegas, Fox 5.2 and Cox Channel 125. But special thanks to all of our A7FL guests, and of course, special thanks to you, the viewers. Like I said, even though Mizzle doesn't want to, we will do our yearly Super Bowl show. We're not going to give a date, but it will happen as it is officially Super Bowl week. The 49ers officially landed here in Vegas tonight.
Both teams did.
Both teams did. So the Chiefs will be practicing at the Raiders facility in Henderson, and the 49ers will be which makes Mizzle wants to throw up.
It wouldn't have mattered who practiced there. I still wouldn't want to throw up.
But it's even more so that it's your bitter rival for the last 64 years, the Chiefs.
Yeah. Like my cousin said, disgusting.
And the 49ers will be practicing at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas at UNLV.
And also, Dub, we can also let everybody know that this is not the only show that we will do talking about the A7FL. We will be doing in the spring, we'll be doing our own recap of the A7FL, and hopefully we can have multiple guests on to recap some games. So
Yes, indeed. Again, don't forget, check out the All-Pro Jaffos on Tuesday. Check them out. JP, Country Can, DJ Matchsticks. Please subscribe to their page, Grenada Brothers Productions YouTube channel. Get those subscriptions up. We appreciate our subscribers. I appreciate y'all for watching in. Again, don't forget the other side of the ball on Wednesday with JJ Harris, Kamari Michael, Jordan Davidson, and Ronald Gaither. That's this upcoming Wednesday for guests in the studio. Again, don't forget the 3-on-1 podcast on Fridays or wherever podcasts are sold. And of course, Talking Ish with myself and Chris Vera on Saturday from 5 to 6, where we will do our own Super Bowl preview of that show. And of course, here at the Mizzle and Dub Show, we will do our yearly Super Bowl show. Don't know the day, but it will happen.
Look at my man working like a Jamaican.
Yeah, I am slowly becoming Alan and Tony. God help me. But nonetheless, we appreciate all you guys for chiming in. For Mizzle, I'm Dub. We appreciate you watching, and as always, it's 5 o'clock. Some damn where. And you've been watching the Mizzle and Dub Show. Be safe. Take care of yourself. God bless y'all.
Yes, indeed. And you guys stay safe out there with that weather.
Yes, especially all you guys in California. Flashlights, candles. Make sure your phones are charged just in case the power goes out. Be safe out